to the Game Changers story. And today we have somebody really, really special to inspire us, to help you to take your journey to the next level, because it's not about what you do, it's not about how you do it, it's not about what you eat. It's about how inspired you are to take that action every single day. So, welcome to the Game Changers YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Aditi. I'm really, really
Thank you
grateful
so much.
to you for coming out in the open and sharing your story with us. So, Aditi, tell me, which city are you from?
Well, thank you so much for having me. And hi, everybody. I am originally from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, but I have lived in Hyderabad for last more than 25 years. So I think I can say I'm a
Wow.
Hyderabadi.
And what do you do, Aditi?
I'm a designer. I'm a textile designer. I work with handloom and handicrafts with artisan communities, and I work for the sustainable and ethical artisan livelihoods, basically.
So you are working with an organization, or you're working for
Well,
yourself?
I have my own practice, and I do a lot of consultancy assignments with the private sector, nonprofit, and the government sector as well.
So, like for a lot of people, did the lockdown and the pandemic affect your health as well?
It did. It did in the beginning. We just thought it was going to be there for like a 21-day lockdown and a 1-month lockdown. And well, the cooking and the cleaning and having to do everything together seemed like a novelty. So one just sort of went along with it for a bit. And unfortunately, what also happened that we were a full house then, and my children decided they wanted to learn cooking. So there was baking of cookies and pizzas and a whole lot of things happening. And I love food and I was eating away. So before I knew, I was also putting on weight. And then it hit me. I said, oh my God, this is not a holiday. And this is something that I need to be able to sustain in a healthy manner. And apart from that, the work had sort of come to a standstill, the professional work. But within a couple of months, I had started volunteering. So I was volunteering for artisan communities who had lost their livelihoods and sort of helping them as a part of a voluntary movement. I was doing that. And that was frankly very, very fulfilling because that kept me sane. I was exercising, I was keeping my fitness, but I was eating, I think, more than I should have been eating. I was not really eating mindfully. But what really kept me sane was the volunteering, because I knew I was making a difference. Although I was not earning at that point, I was making a difference. So
how was your physical activity level before the pandemic started? Were you going to a gym, or were you working out by yourself? What kind of workouts did you do?
So I have always done some form of exercise or the other since, I would say, the early part of the century, say about 2005, 2007. This is when my daughter was about 2-3 years old, and then I sort of got into a regimen. I must admit that I didn't really have the concept of, like you tell us, that flexibility, strength, and cardio. The three different categories. It was not quite so clear. So 2007, I bought myself a treadmill. So I was doing the treadmill and I was doing yoga. I had learned yoga as a teenager. So I was just doing that for very many years. And then slowly, I had PCOS since 1991. So I was putting on weight. And apart from that, I had, I would need to share my medical history a bit for you to get, for everybody to get the context. Now, I had got my children after undergoing a fertility treatment. So my son was born to me after 4 miscarriages. He was born out of my 5th pregnancy. And then I had a daughter. Now, during that time, I had taken a lot of medication first to get pregnant and then to sustain the pregnancy, to keep it, because of the hormone imbalance. That really altered my metabolism big time. So I was putting on weight very, very easily. So although I was exercising, the weight was constantly increasing. So it was never coming down. Now, I had never been to a gym. It was always something I did on my own, and I sort of did the best I could. But in 2017, I had crossed 90 kilos. So I was weighing 92 kilos to be precise. And that was really, really a red signal because I was having a whole lot of health issues, muscle pain, breathlessness, and I have severe obstructive sleep apnea that got diagnosed. And that was also the time when I was perimenopausal. So a lot of hormonal changes were again adding to the PCOS, so it was not a good time at all. That is when I decided to join a gym. And I joined a gym for about a year to year and a half. But what I found was that I was getting a lot of muscle ache and muscle pain after the exercise. My cardio fitness level was pretty all right, but the muscles were not strong enough because I had done cardio, I had done flexibility, I never done strength training. I just didn't know about it. So slowly and steady, I started building that up. But even so, the tightness and the pain wouldn't go away. So after doing a workout, I would feel good emotionally, but my body would be really, really tired. So at that point, I decided to go for yoga therapy. Now, even yoga therapy, I did for 3 to 4 months, but I was really missing the cardio and the activity because the yoga teacher put me off. She said I could walk, but I could not do anything else. And that just didn't feel like enough activity. After that, I joined rehab. I joined a physiotherapy center. So this is just before Dina's fitness community. I was doing a rehab program for a year. So there was physiotherapy and rehab. And in just before I joined, in about February, March, I had come to the level where I was supposed to start with a fitness program. So my physiotherapy program and the rehab is actually what prepared me to be able to take on your program. And I discovered your program at just the right time. I was looking for something that I could join after the rehab. And it worked very well. And that program gave me the foundation to be able to do your workouts. Because last year, say a year ago, there's no way I would have been able to do your workouts.
So when did you join the 5-day WhatsApp class?
On 8th of March, International Women's Day.
This year, obviously this year.
Yes, 2021.
Oh, this year.
Yes, this year.
And how was your experience of the 5-day WhatsApp class?
So, shuru mein, when I heard the Bollywood music and the aerobics, I got a little scared. Okay, the first thing was, my God, how am I going to be able to keep up with all this? And then I said, no, let me try. I'm sure it'll come to me. And I started doing it, and I started actually enjoying it. So the initial immediate reaction was one of hesitation with that Bollywood music and Bollywood aerobics because I'd never really done it. But I started loving it. And then the joke that I say is that the Nachanya in me has come alive. Because, you know, all the dancing that I would do in my college days, I used to do a lot of garba and partying, you know, in college and all of that is like now being fulfilled, staying indoors while exercising. So one is exercising and having fun as well. And my family is having a good laugh at me when they see me doing it. But that's okay. I'm enjoying myself.
So from there, you joined the silver membership at Dina's Fitness?
Yes, immediately. I mean, the silver membership on the Friday, I jumped in. And then I was looking at the videos. I have the silver and gold. I have watched every single video, and I've taken down my notes. And I have followed the system, most of it. I cannot say all of it. When you say 80-20, the way it has worked for me, 80% of the system I followed, 20% of it I've had to customize to my own self. So I won't say that I've broken the rules, but I've just customized it.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I did the silver, and then after a few days, when I saw that I was actually losing weight and I was feeling much better, and my stress levels were coming down, and there was a shift. The mind programming is actually what worked for me. And the other thing that worked for me was before I joined the program, I knew that I had terrible sugar cravings. So my food habits, if you were to take away the sugar cravings, were very good. Fresh food, home cooked food, very nutritive food, regular exercise, all of it was there. But I was not able to manage my stress. So anything that stressed me out, I would reach for the sugar. So I would take mithai and biscuits and cookies. So between the meals, everything would go for a toss.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I started the program, and I remember saying this to Simi, I said, Simi, if I can crack that, if I can control my sugar cravings, then I know I will lose weight. It will, it's possible but I need to crack that. And that is where the mind programming really helped.
Wow.
Now, one knows the theory, okay? To be very honest, I knew all the theory because I had done enough reading up, but the practice was not happening. The motivation was not there, and there was always an excuse, okay, to be stressed and to sort of, in a way, indulge oneself in the stress. At that, I mean, I was dealing with the empty nest, and I was dealing with a whole lot of things, and some bahana or the other that we all have for saying that I'm stressed out. So the mind programming is what did it for me. And once I got that, and once I stopped the sugar, the weight literally began to melt. And this is with a PCOS and with a menopause. So that entire conversation about PCOS hai to weight kam nahi hoga, that went for a toss. Menopause hai to weight kam nahi hoga, that went for a toss. And then the moment that went for a toss and I started seeing results, the stress levels automatically came down because it was a vicious cycle. So then it became, because it was that little flicker of hope that I could hang on to, I started managing all the other things around that. And that is what started giving me the results.
So how much weight have you lost, Aditi, since you joined?
10.3 kilos as of today morning.
Wow.
And I would ideally want to lose just as much more because, when I'm doing that weight loss visualization and imagining myself muscular and toned and without any extra fat that my body doesn't need, I think that'll take a 10 more kilos. Although the goal I had set requires me to lose about 6-7 more kilos, but I think I need to go beyond that. So I will have to recalibrate my goal now.
And it's a journey that you need to live with.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I have a question for you, Aditi. Do you feel that after joining the mind programming and after joining the course, the Dinas Fitness community as such also, do you feel that you've taken this journey out on by yourself and you've now learned to become your own coach? Do you feel confident that you will not gain? My concern is people are losing weight. I want to be confident, and I am confident that you guys will not put on that weight again. So do you feel that you will continue losing the weight and keep it off you?
I am 200% confident. I tell you why, because I'm not dieting. Yeah, I'm not dieting at all. And I am eating all the foods I used to eat before I joined your program, except for the cookies and the cakes and, all that junk is of course gone. You can't expect to lose weight. But I'm eating ghar ka khana. I do not like hotel ka khana. I really want home cooked fresh food. I'm a very boring person that way. But then we make good,
I love it too.
Tasty food in the house, all sorts of food. It's, Indian, Western, whatever, we make it all. So after eating that food, I don't like hotel ka food unless it's really, really great quality. So I am not on a diet. So why will I put on weight later on? If I have to, and I now know, and one thing I have done, although you do advise us to weigh ourselves only once a week, because I wanted to understand how my body is responding in terms of, say, flatulence or constipation, or, how the body is responding to different foods, I actually weigh myself every day. Mm-hmm. So if the weight is increasing beyond 200 to 300 grams in one day, then I know I've eaten something wrong. Mm-hmm. So I catch myself. So that has worked for me. So inch loss I will do once in a fortnight. I will measure my inches. But the weighing scale, I have to get on it every day. On Sundays, Monday mornings, I dread getting on it because Sundays I don't exercise. I tried, but I don't think I can sustain it if I were to exercise on a Sunday. Your body needs a day's break. I need that rest. And I realized that relaxation and play is just as important as the discipline and the thing. So I am very confident because I am not dieting and because I do not feel deprived. There is another thing that is there in me psychologically. If I feel deprived about something, then I want it. I think that's there for most of us.
Yeah.
Now, what is beautiful is you've not given us a diet. You know, the initial reaction of anybody would be that we hope she gives us a meal plan, then sort of it makes it easy and we'll follow it. But I think the best thing you have done is not given anybody any diet, and you've taught us to figure it out. So you've taught us to fish. Now we can fish for ourselves. We can choose what fish we want also. And how
Great.
much.
Very well said. Very well said. Fantastic. Really, really excellent.
So I really think this is perfect. I cannot follow a diet. Honestly, I'm telling you, I cannot. I have been to nutritionists with a PhD. They gave me a diet and I'm like, and if somebody's asking me to give up dal, the logic in my head starts going beep, beep. I said, you know, how can you give up protein? I am an vegetarian. The only protein I get is from egg and dal. And if you make me give up dal, I'm going to lose my muscle. So that conversation, you know, sort of starts going away. So that doesn't work for me. This works. I'll figure it out. I'll make my mistakes. I'll goof, but I'll get there.
Great. Aditi, really amazing. And so have you been attending the live digital workouts?
Every single one of them. Only when I had my vaccine, I didn't attend.
Okay. And do you use the workouts from the library?
Absolutely. Every evening.
Fantastic. Really.
So
really.
I am doing 1.5 to 2 hours every day.
Wow.
And I also do my pranayam before I do your workout.
Fantastic.
So in the morning, before I come on at 7, I would have finished my pranayam.
So last question, Aditi, what message would you like to give our viewers?
Well, I think, you know, do not get into that conversation that something is impossible, because I lived in that conversation for years. I thought I will never lose weight. I had resigned to it and I felt very powerless because I am somebody who otherwise has a very good willpower. But I felt very disempowered where my weight was concerned. And I literally felt it was a lost game. And this was the weight and this was the health that I would live with for the rest of my life. And it was not a very nice feeling. So I had given up in a way till something happened right. And I discovered your program and I did it. And I started believing in myself again. So the most beautiful thing, I think, is when we start believing in our own selves. And that is so empowering. And that gives results. So my message to everybody is hang in there. Follow the system. Awesome. Figure it out. Customize it. Use your own mind. Use your own intuition. And do it. Just do it. And
fantastic.
Remain in the space. I think the community is amazing. It took me a while initially to share because I was a little shy. I felt, you know, I don't know these people. I've never met anybody. And I was feeling a little shy of sharing. But then I realized people are so supportive. They're so inspiring. So I'm getting inspired by reading the stories of people who've lost weight before me. Right? So it's in a way like a circle. We are all holding hands. We are drawing strength from each other. We're inspiring each other. We are supporting each other. So your system is amazing, Dinaz. I don't know what you've done, but whatever it is, you cracked it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
so
much.
It really is amazing. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Aditi Shah, Aman from Hyderabad, and she has shared a beautiful story. So, for those of you who want to get on that path, and those of you who want to get started, who don't believe in yourselves, who feel that, oh my God, when will this mountain of a weight ever come down? I invite you to join my 5-day WhatsApp class. There is a link in the description below. Go click on the link, join me in my 5-day WhatsApp class, and I can assure you that you will learn to become your own coach just the way Aditi did. So once again, thank you so much, Aditi. And I really look forward to mentoring you and guiding you with the Dinaz Fitness community. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity, giving me the opportunity to help you, guide you, and mentor you and inspire you. Stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.